Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about the court proceeding that went on today as it pertains to Tory Lanez. As you guys know, on I believe it was like December 23rd, he basically got found guilty on all three counts, and he was set for sentencing on January 27th. Well, he, in the meantime, from that, fired all of his attorneys. And once he fired his attorneys, he had basically set in motion some new things. So we're going to talk about that right after this countdown to allow people to come on in, child. We are out here in Beverly Hills with Raz B. I haven't seen you on the scene in a minute, so let the people know what you've been up to. Hey, what's up? I got Amara Negra here with me tonight at the A Toast to Young Hollywood event. Hey guys, so I have the beautiful Layla Ali with me tonight. So I just want to first start off by saying your Instagram is an inspiration to go on a path to eat healthy, and you know, it is your 50th birthday. You don't look a day over 25.
You know what?
Let us know how you do it.
First, everybody always say that. I think that's so cliche, and people know you don't look 25. Now, if you would have said maybe 40.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Nique at Night, and we have Keith Powers with us tonight.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
You know, a lot of girls was like putting you as their, man crush, and you was their, aspiration to take you off the market. And when you came out with Bae, you crushed a lot of people. Like, hey guys, so I have Daniel Cormier with me tonight, and it's crazy because my first UFC fight happened to be your fight.
I'm glad you were able to watch the first fight and it was mine and I won, because that could be some bad memories.
Right. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen it and I seen him
I
come,
was gonna get my ass kicked.
yeah.
Look at you.
Hey, I'm not gonna tell a lie. Okay, I'm gonna keep it honest. Definitely experience, you guys. That's Amarion, and we're at his word for word screening. It was super dope. Make sure you check it out. It drops tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
It's your partner, Big Boy. What's happening in the voice of Los Angeles? Hello. You know what I do at night? I watch Nique at Night. Show you right. You thought I was going to say something crazy. Thought I was going to say something disgusting and nasty. Yeah. But guess what? When I watch that Nique at Night, I may be doing something disgusting and nasty. Look at her. Hello.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now, and turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. I'm a woman who has a website as well. I sell lingerie, adult toys, sexy pajamas, and I even got stuff for going out to the club, nighttime wear, all of those goodies for you as well. You can find this along with a whole bunch of other new goodies. You can find this at www.niqueatnight.com. I'm just going to do a live video, and we're going to get this done, and it's going to be bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Hey, y'all. It is officially, I feel like this is the first video of the new year that I have done and talked to y'all. I was trying to wait because I'm currently redoing my whole set, my whole background, trying to revamp, come to y'all with a whole new look. And I was trying to wait till I was completely done with that before I reported on anything. However, before I knew it, there was this new court date that happened in this Tory Lanez situation. So being that, I've been following it. I came the second week of court. I released the exhibits, and, I'm like, I should definitely follow this thing through and through. And if there's new court dates, definitely go to it. At first, I was weighing my options of like, should I go? Should I not go? Should I go? Should I not go? But I'm doing this for y'all, okay? The people who are not able to be in the courtroom, I felt like, what's more important? Like, the people are more important. The night owls are more important. So I'm doing it for y'all. So I definitely went to go to court and represent for y'all. So today in court, there was a new court hearing because Tory Lanez basically fired his attorneys that represented him in the trial. So because he has a new attorney coming on board, the new attorney basically has to be briefed on everything that went on in trial. So he basically wants to vacate or set a new motion or appeal in this proceedings. And so he's basically there to appeal to that part of the trial. You know, now the trial happened, he's there to come and I guess clean up whatever is going on post trial. So in the midst of that, they set a hearing for today. So in the hearing today, it was set for the morning, but I guess somehow there was some type of mix-up at the jailhouse to where the proceeding ended up being delayed. I know that some reporters had reported some stuff, but I guess it was a whole mix-up, a rue. I don't know what happened, but it then got pushed back to the afternoon. So we were in court all day, you know, until the afternoon, until he was able to be transported and get there. So once Tory got there, we all were let in the courtroom. And today's courtroom, because it's raining in LA, it was hardly anybody in there. Like we were like literally like you could like stretch out and do this. Like it was that many people in the courtroom. Like it was very minimal people that showed up to this court proceeding. Like it was like hardly anybody in there today. So in the court proceeding, once we get in the court proceeding, it starts and it's over like quick. Like it's a very, very fast proceeding. They bring Tory Lanez out. When he came out, he had like, you know, a do-rag on his head or like a Muslim. I don't know if that was, it looked like a do-rag, but it also could be like one of those, you know, the Muslim hats that they wear, like it could be either one of those. But he came out with those and he had two woven like crosses around his neck and he had his jail uniform on or whatever as they brought him out. They brought him out. The attorney, David Kenner, he said that he was going to be the new attorney of record. They made record that he was a new attorney. And then they also added another attorney as well to the case. So the other attorney that they also added, in addition to David Kenner, was a guy by the name of Matthew. Hold on, it's very small. Bahona or something like that. It's very small on here. Let me put it on my screen actually for y'all to see it. So they basically introduced Matthew Bahoma and David Kenner as his trial representation. Now, Megan Cunith, she basically did a write-up on the background of these two attorneys and what they are about. So David Kenner, I guess back in the days, he used to represent Suge Knight before the current thing that Suge Knight has going on now. So Suge Knight, the whole him like going to the set and I think like running over people or whatever. The David Kenner guy, to my knowledge or what I'm being told, he did not represent Suge in that proceeding. But there was proceedings before that he used to like get Suge off of like serious charges and get him on just like on some probation type stuff. Like, you know, so people were pretty much saying like he was like a big deal. Also, the new guy that they also added, the Matthew Bahoma, it says he's known for his successes in vacating convictions for numerous defendants who face wrongful or overzealous prosecutions and unjust charges. So him and David Kenner have teamed up to try to get this motion set. So in order for them to file a proper motion, David Kenner basically said to the judge, that he needs all of the transcripts. Like, he wants all of the transcripts from the court proceedings. And I guess it takes a while for them to put, all of the transcripts together. So in the meantime of him getting the transcripts, he wants to have time to look over the transcripts, file a motion to like appeal or like a new trial or something along those lines. And so he wanted to delay the sentencing. So they delayed the sentencing until February 28th. Another matter that he spoke about, the judge, and mind you, I'm talking a lot slower than this was happening in court. Like, in court, we literally went into court and was out of court like this. Like, the court proceeding was quick today. It was like so fast. The other proceedings, we were like in the courtroom for a very long time. So I just want to emphasize, like, we literally were in there and out of there very fast. That's number one. So it was going a lot quicker than how I'm relaying it to y'all. Y'all know I talk, I don't really talk too fast. So anyways, the judge asked him, was there any other matters that he wanted to address before the court? So David Kenner basically said that he wanted the judge to release the gag order and the protective order that they had on Tory Lanez. So back in April 15th of 2022, they put a protective order on Tory Lanez to where he can't speak about the case. He can't address Megan. He can't like say anything. Like, everybody else could say stuff, but he can't say anything. So David Kenner, he's like, there's stuff that the media is saying and everything like that. And he wants Tory Lanez to be able to address the media. And he felt like it was, unjust. The judge basically denied changing any gag order at this moment and asked him if he wanted to set that on calendar. So he said that he wanted to set that on calendar for a later date. And so he asked him, would February 28th be fine? He's like, you could address it at February 28th or whatever like that. And they agreed. The prosecution also agreed that if he doesn't get the transcripts by February 28th, that he can delay it further. So, like, if he don't get the transcripts in time, like, to file his proper motions, he can delay it further than the 28th. But so far right now, the date that they have set is the 28th. So that was that. That's pretty much all that went on inside the courtroom. Like I said, it was really nothing major that happened inside the courtroom. It was very, very quick, very fast. So when we get out of the court, normally what's been happening is people get on the elevator and go down, So I got on the elevator with Fila. Fila went with me. Those of you guys who are night owls, y'all know Fila, who comes and sometimes co-hosts. So we get on the elevator and we go down. And so once I go down, I realized that nobody else had came down. So I'm like, I want to see if the new attorney, if he is basically addressing the media or saying anything, because the other media people hadn't come down either, So I'm like nobody come down. So let me go back up. So I go back up, and as soon as I go back up, Tory Lanez's dad is approaching me with this whole like squad of people, so they start approaching me, and he comes up to me, and he's with with people. I don't know if all of them, honestly, I don't even think all of the people with him is part of people that he know for real. It's groupies that's trying to, be around. So I don't even think he know all the people that was around him, but it was a group of people. They come up to me, and Tory Lanez's dad is like, oh, like, if you're gonna, like, he walks up to me, he's like, if you're gonna report something, then you need to report the truth or something like that. And so I'm looking like, first of all, anything that I post or report, I post off of what I see. Like, I report off of what I see. That's what I report, and I'm gonna report on what I see, you know? And so then his wife was like, she also had made a comment or whatever. And then they had said some of the like weirdos, I don't know who they are. They was like pointing and they're like, oh, to me, they was like, oh, you was recording in the courtroom. And so I'm looking like, what? First of all, like I said, the court proceeding, when you sat down, it was over by the time you got up. Like, it wasn't even nothing. The court proceeding today, it went by so damn quick. And that's why it was hardly anybody in the courtroom. You can literally see everybody. It's like 5 of us in the audience. Anybody doing anything that they're not supposed to do, you could see it. That's number 1. Number 2, it's illegal to record anywhere on that floor, anywhere in that courtroom. So somebody had made a comment like trying to do something to send it to TMZ. First of all, TMZ is a legit company. Like, why would I risk doing that? That doesn't even make sense. Like, that don't make no goddamn sense. Like, why would I be recording a damn thing when I know how to get stuff legally? Like, I know how to obtain information the legal way. There wasn't nothing that really happened today. So there was nothing like, what? So, his dad basically, so somebody was like, oh, it wasn't them. It was this person, So then, I'm like, I understand that y'all are emotional. I understand that this is an emotional situation, but I don't like people coming up to me saying anything to me, And so at that point, he says, he's not emotional. He's a father who is trying to basically advocate for the innocence of his son, And then at that point, his wife also chimed in and said, like, she's not going to get it until she has a son who's facing this X, Y, and Z or whatever. Right. So, at that moment, I'm like, they're like, oh, like it was somebody else who was recording. So they went off somewhere else. And, his dad was like, oh, I apologize. Like, he apologized about it. He said that, like, it's his apologies. He didn't mean to like come off like that or whatever. He's just like, a passionate father. And that's pretty much what it was. And at the end of the day, I understand, like, I think it, like, I know for damn sure I didn't record shit. So I feel like it was really like a way to address me without saying I'm pissed off that you posted the exhibits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's kind of really what it was. Like, everybody know damn well, like, I'm not about to risk my integrity on doing nothing illegal when I know how to. It wasn't even nothing that happened today. There was nothing that happened today that was anything. So, in hindsight, I just looked at it like, I understand his position as a father. And I'm not even a person I'm not even mad that he came up to me or anything like that, because I understand his position as a father. I felt him in that courtroom. Like, y'all see me when I went live after he had went off. I was literally shaking. Like, I was literally shaking because I felt him. And I told y'all, I feel sad about how a person's actions, how it don't just affect you, and you get to see how it affects everybody around them. And I don't fault him for being a passionate father. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to get on here and be like, wooty. Like, no, like, I understand completely. Like, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a father who, his son, who he appears to be very close with, is faced with a very, 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 very trying time in his life. And no matter how I feel about Tory Lanez in this situation, because I feel how I feel, period. You know what I'm saying? But I empathize with him as a father because I'm a mom. So I don't even take it no type of slight or no type of way or no type of, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. I just feel like, it's misdirected anger. The only thing that I felt like, I'm like, damn, like, you don't see these, like, whenever it's like this type of situation, the white media is putting out stuff. And whether I put out the recordings they were going to put out the recordings. So it's like, when I look back at it, even though I empathize with him, I just look back at it and I'm like, if TMZ would have released these recordings the same way I released these recordings, would people be trying to like address TMZ, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't do nothing illegal. I told y'all the process. I got a signed affidavit from the judge allowing me to obtain the evidence legally, went down to the courtroom legally with my scanner legally. You know what I'm saying? And obtained it, and I posted it, and I let people give their interpretation of how they felt about it. But if other media post exhibits, are people pressing them? Like, would people come up to you know what I'm saying, to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think so. But again, regardless, I also feel like, you know, Black people probably feel more comfortable speaking to their kind. You know what I'm saying? So I have to look at it that way too. Like, I'm a sister, he's a brother. So, you know what I'm saying? He may feel more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, coming at it in that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sister to sister. So I have to look at it at that way too. And again, I just want to say, like, I'm not there to be messy. I'm not there to spread no misinformation. I'm not there to report on nothing. I went into the courtroom, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I went into the courtroom as a person who wanted to see the facts for themselves. I feel like it's obvious that I was kind of like, you know, I really didn't really, I still don't really fancy Megan like that, but the truth is the truth. And I'm a person who, I enjoy Tory Lanez music. I like Tory Lanez. I enjoy his music. So I went in there as a person fair to the situation, like, who, whatever the information shows me is what I'm going to go off of. Okay? So when I went there, I went off of what the information showed and what it appeared to me. No matter how I felt about Megan, no matter how I felt about, you know, anybody else, like, as a person who, I love Tory Lanez music. I blast his music a lot. I love his music. I came in there when, like, listen, regardless of how I feel about any party, when I get in this courtroom, I am going to report on what I see. That's how I will continue to address this matter. I will continue to report on what I see as I see it from my perception. I'm not going to sway any type of way. I'm not going to change my opinion. I'm not going to change the way I report. I'm not going to change showing up for court. I'm going to show up to the proceedings. I'm going to continue to do my job. In the midst of me doing my job, I'm going to do other stories like I've been doing. This ain't my only thing that I do. My whole identity is not Tory Lanez. Y'all know that. Y'all been here way before last week. This ain't my identity. You know what I'm saying? It may be other people's identity. It's not my identity. I'm going to report, do my job as I'm supposed to. I'm going to continue to see things how I see them. But with me seeing things how I see them, and I feel like Tory Lanez is guilty from the evidence that I gathered. Now, from the evidence that I seen, per the law, I did not know if it met the without a shadow of a doubt. He absolutely did it, even though in my gut I felt like he did it. But per the law, I didn't know. Like, I'm like, I don't know if this reaches, you know, exactly without a shadow of a doubt, for 100%. Even though in my gut I felt like he did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to change my stance on anything like that. I'm going to continue to give y'all the information. I'm going to continue to show up. Again, as a father to Tory Lanez. Again, I'm a mom. I would be lying to y'all if I didn't empathize with how he feels and how he riding for his son. I'm gonna ride for my daughter till the wheels fall off. Now I'm gonna hold my daughter accountable. I raised my daughter on accountability, and anything she do, I'm gonna ride with her. But and I may not publicly let y'all know how I chastise my child, which I'm sure he's probably not gonna ever do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let y'all know how I be like, you know what I'm saying, daughter. But when it comes to the public, I'm going guns blazing for my child. I'm going to set it off with anybody coming for my baby, period. So I understand his position as a father. I understand his position wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even have no gripe with that, man. It's it is what it is. It's a tough situation for a family. And I was able to witness the kids crying. I was able to witness the family members breaking down. And I was able to witness whether he did it or he didn't do it. I was able to witness how these type of things affect a whole conglomerate of people. Like this type of things, you get to see how the police officers work together with the prosecution. I told y'all that already. You know what I'm saying? You get to see how the family gets broken up from a situation. You get to see all of that, okay? But at the end of the day, it's not going to change how I feel about him. Like I feel like he did it. So that's all I can say about that. Like I feel like he did it, but I'm going to continue to report to y'all how it is. Okay. I'm gonna open up the floor. I'm gonna let y'all come up real quick. First of all, here are the house rules. We are night owls over here. We're not worried about no other. And we worried about Nique At Nite and what Nique At Nite got going on. We're not worried about nobody else, period. We worried about what Nique At Nite doing. So do not come up here mentioning nobody that's irrelevant to my channel. If they ain't putting in hours on this channel, if they're not putting in the work that I'm putting in, don't mention nobody. Talk about the case. You could talk about what I just told you, and that's that. So that's just the house rules, okay? That's just the house rules. Tyson, hello? Hello? All right. Dazzle? Unmute your mic. Are they talking or is it my equipment? Do y'all hear them talking? Or is that my equipment? They're not saying nothing? Okay. Alrighty. Is any of my mods in the chat? Is any of the moderators in the chat? Because I'm not even in the... Oh, okay, so it's no audio. Okay. Please handle my lightweight in the chat, child. Handle my lightweight. Kathy, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So what I want to say, let me turn that down. What I want to say is, I think they were mad that we got to see the exhibits. I think they wanted us to still be in the dark and not be able to see the exhibits. Once we found out that the exhibits were going, they got mad. They didn't want us to know what was really said. They wanted to tell us, oh, this was said and this they said that, but now that we have the exhibits, we can say, oh, that really didn't happen. It really wasn't the way you were saying. So that's why I think they're mad at you. But I'm glad we got to see the exhibits. I wanted to, since we couldn't be there in person, I wanted us to be able to see what happened.
Right.
Can you
And I'm
can you
glad
hear
that,
me?
the people who, because before even I got to court, all you could do is go off of people telling you what's said, and they're telling you from their perspective and how they feel they interpreted it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you hear it for yourself, you're able to say, no, this is my interpretation. And sometimes, the court of public opinion, if it ain't on a person's side, they're not feeling that.
Well, I think because once we seen the exhibits, the court of public opinion wasn't so much on his side. It was like, oh, it really didn't happen that way. Oh, we did hear this. Oh, it was differently. So you can't just, blow smoke up our butt and say, we just wasn't going for it. I wasn't really going for it either. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. Hey, hello. You there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So I just want to come up here to say, because at the end of the day, like, I'm a Nique At Nite fan. I'm a night owl, and you know this, girl. You see me, in your inbox all the time. But anyways, I am so sick and tired of people getting aggressive with Black women journalists. They don't do this to white journalists, okay? They don't freaking do that. They don't hop in their inbox and they don't confront them the way that they're confronting you. You state the damn facts. You're not biased. You say what the hell it is and what it ain't. I am the person, for me personally, I don't necessarily agree with everything that you say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to agree with everything. But at the end of the day, I can come to you and know that you're going to give me the facts based on what the hell happened. You can go to other people and they're going to tell you, they're going to exaggerate things. They're going to leave things out. And, you know what I mean? They're going to, manipulate the evidence to how they want their audience to perceive it. But you don't do that. All you did was be a fair journalist. And for anybody to confront you on this pisses me the hell off. Nobody should be confronting you on the fact that you just did your damn job. Because he wouldn't have showed up to NBC, ABC, or TMZ, whomever, to do this bullcrap to them. He wouldn't have did that. And that's bullshit to me, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, girl.
All right. Tyson, you there? All right, you got to go out and come back in. Something wrong with your thing. Zay?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Nique, I think a lot of people is having a problems with some of the things that you have said because, okay, when you did your report, when you played the video of the recording of the jailhouse recording,
Mm-hmm.
and you was explaining like the tussle with the gun and stuff, you was like there was no pause in the gunshots, like nobody was struggling over the gun.
Well, let me correct you. Because it sounds like you're going off of what a third party person told you the interpretation of what I said was, because you sound like you're repeating what somebody said. But let me correct you and tell you what I exactly said. And you can also refer back to my video. It's still up. What I said was I don't believe that the pause was a long enough pause to transfer a gun, have a struggle over the gun, transfer the gun to another person's hands, that person aim the gun, aim it at their target, and then start firing 2 more shots. The pause was not long enough for it to be a struggle, transfer hands, that person aims it, start shooting. It was not that long of a pause. That's what I said.
Okay, I'm just still not understanding how you still getting to you think Tory. I mean, everybody have the right to their own opinion. I understand that, but It's so much missing in this to say that Tory Lanez is the one that did this. Like, why did Kelsey even need immunity? Why is Tory Lanez DNA not on the magazine? Like, it's so much stuff that don't make sense. Why are the bullet fragments missing? It's so much stuff in this case that just does not make sense. For y'all to say Tory Lanez did it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have explained the evidence, and I did a video, and it's titled let me see what it is. Let me go to my channel real quick just for other people who are live. The title is Let's Talk All About the Evidence. So I went through some of the evidence and why I feel like he did it. And I didn't even point out the fact that Tory Lanez himself from his profile said he didn't do it. But in addition to Tory Lanez himself saying that I mean, not that he didn't do it, let me correct, that Kelsey didn't do it. So I went off of the GSR was tested on 3 individuals, okay? The GSR was tested on Quan, the GSR was tested on Kelsey, and the GSR was tested on Tory Lanez. So in my video where I talked about the evidence, I forgot to mention, in addition to the things that I laid out in the video, there was only 2 people who had GSR on the gun. Tory Lanez's profile stated that Kelsey wasn't the shooter. So with that information and all of the other information,
But okay, if we're gonna go off that, Tory also made us. I mean, if we just going off that, Tory also made a song where he
I'm not
stated.
just going off of that. I said in addition to that, in addition to the other things I outlined in my video.
But okay, Tory also made a song where he said he didn't do it. He said he didn't shoot her. He said he didn't do it.
I never heard him explicitly out of his mouth
Or
say I did not shoot her. That's tell me which song, because what
money over fallouts. Money over fallouts. He said he did not shoot her.
Okay, let me look up the lyrics on Money Over Fallouts, because I remember vague descriptions of what happened and him never, from my recollection, ever saying explicitly, I, Tory Lanez, did not shoot her. So let me look up Money Over Fallouts and let me look up the lyrics, because I don't recall that. But if I am incorrect, I don't have a problem correcting myself if I'm incorrect. So let me look up the lyrics to Money Over Fallouts. And I'll get back to you. T Anderson. T Anderson, are you there? All right. You know?
Hey girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, boo. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Girl, tired as hell. Listen, I just want to come in and give you your props for all the work you've been doing, child, because I've seen you everywhere. I'm like, oh my God, look at me. Getting TV sponsorships, girl, all type of shit. Like, yes, girl, I'm so proud of you. That's all I wanted to say. Appertaining to his daddy, girl, listen. I think we all can agree that as Black media, as people who work or journalists for Black media, they are not going to give the same white media the same attention or the same backlash they would Black media. I agree with you that because you a sister, that is more intimate. So his dad for the need to come up to you and tell you that, but he shouldn't do that. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion on the situation, and so let you do what you gotta do, but nobody can tell you that you're not doing your research and that you're not put out a tea when it comes out on cue. Okay, you've been in that courthouse, so girl, don't anybody tell you anything else. But I'm so proud of you, boo.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. I'll peace out. I'll talk to you later.
Gotta stop hiding at work.
All right, bye.
Bye. Kiki. Unmute your mic, Kiki.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't see that. But I just want to comment on what not the other guy said, but the guy before him said, trying to defend Tory. I don't get why everybody is just so wanting to defend him so bad, because he's proven to not be a good person. he's been violent. Like, he's been incredibly violent since he first came out. So I don't get why people are so interested in defending him, especially in this case after he was even convicted. Like, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. But shout out to you doing all your things. I like it. It's just you're so beautiful, and you just doing your thing. I'm so proud. It's dope.
Thank you. And you got school tomorrow. You sound young.
I'm a senior. I got 3 classes left. I'm almost done.
Okay, girl, you better go to bed. It's late. Bye. Dazzle.
Hey, Nique. Okay. For one, you are so great at what you do, and I'm so happy that you have done the work and it's paying off. So I love to see your channel. Your channel is amazing. You are amazing. Everything like that. So that's the first thing I want to say.
I appreciate that.
The second thing I want to say is, first of all, don't let these people, and what it sounds like to me is that you're giving correct feed. So you're giving correct information to a case. So, don't let nobody make you feel some type of way. Don't let nobody put you down in any way because you're giving us facts. I remember the other video that you kind of said, people say one thing, but it's another thing when we get to hear what was being said. Mm-hmm. So that fact alone, you have given us the option to hear what was being said and to see what was being looked at. So to me, I'm like, you're golden. I mean, we got to see the truth.
Yeah. And I feel like, there was a lot of people that it was a small courtroom. There was a lot of people who couldn't be in there. I felt very appreciative to be able to even be in there and experience what it's like to witness a trial, see all the backhand stuff. I always see the little clips of stuff the news put out. Like, I've never, other than certain trials that they put on Law and what is that, Law and Crime Network? And that, I've never sat in a courtroom and watched the whole trial. So it was interesting to me. So I'm just appreciative to be able.
But the best part about it is you gave the public the facts. So we get to see the facts. And people will not like that because at the end of the day, people want to run with a narrative. We get to see it for our own eyes and ears and come up with our own conclusions. So with that, I applaud you. You did great work and you're still doing great work and continue to do great work because we get to see the truth.
Yeah. And and it inspired me to start going to more trials because it's so freaking hold on, wait. Sorry. What was I saying? What was I saying, child?
It just inspired you to keep going.
It inspired me to go to more trials. My bad. I lost my train of thought that quick.
But look, keep going to more trials because we want to see it. We want to see unbiased commentary. We don't want to be swayed by biased commentary. And guess what? You are not biased. You will not be moved and you will not be shaken, girl. You're looking good out there and you doing what you need to do. So keep doing it.
Thank you.
So that's all I want to say. Thank you for giving us unbiased things and letting us come up to our own conclusions.
Thank you for appreciating what I put in. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. I'm really I'm so overjoyed with love that it's I can't even child, I'm not starting my 2020.
Okay, Nique, I'm gonna ask you something. Isn't it crazy how you got some hate, but then all of a sudden you got so much love?
And it's that's what I want to pay attention to more so.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, them haters wanted to get there first. They wanted to deter you, but then there's so much love that they can't deter you.
Yeah, it's so much that I just want to focus on that. And I want to focus on expanding my brand and just doing more because after all of this, I
will do more.
That happened. And then the Lifetime thing happened. I'm starting getting emails from people like, are you interested interested in doing that. So it's like, child, I'm not about to muddy my opportunities addressing.
Yeah, stay positive because you will do more. You're doing more. You put in so much work, and we've seen you put in work. So
Mhm.
now you get to harvest off the work you put in, and then also you get to create new opportunities for yourself. So those people who are feeling that way towards you, they're doing all this towards you, that's because you've been truthful, you've been honest, and you've been doing your thing. So therefore, they're upset at that.
Right. And the allegations doesn't even make sense. Like,
They don't.
how you have a person do everything legally, but now all of a sudden, like, come on now. If you think about it, it just doesn't even make sense to even like child anyways.
You know what the problem is? It don't make sense because you're telling the truth. Sometimes people, demons, will get upset at the truth. So if you're telling the truth and you're not sugarcoating and you're putting out facts, the people who don't want that will be upset at you. So just be mindful of that. Don't be upset at that because guess what? You're blossoming, you're blooming, and you're coming with facts. And people will always respect you for facts, receipts, evidence, and being truthful before they do salaciousness. So maybe you need to think about that, but hold on to whatever because at the end of the day, you're fucking awesome. Excuse my language, you're awesome.
I'm like, girl, the curse words, the curse words, the curse words.
All right, but that's all I gotta say. You're awesome. Keep it going. Don't focus on the negative because the negative is happening because you're doing so many positive things. That's
Thank
all.
I appreciate
All right, I'm going.
that. All right. Tyson was the last person. Did you get your stuff working yet?
Yes, I hope so. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
we hear you now. Okay.
All right, we working. Look, the chat probably wish I didn't have anything to say or wish it was still messed up because I just have a difference of opinion. Although
Okay.
I'm very grateful that you were able to provide the evidence, you and Street TV, I think that was awesome.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna pause you real quick. Before you get going, I want to thank Kathy for the donation. Thank you, Kathy, for the $10 super chat. And oops, it just went off the screen. Darn it. I was trying to get it before it went off the screen. Oh, wait, here we go. Nicole Harris, she says, she sent in a super chat. So thank you to Nicole Harris for the super chat as well. All right, go ahead, Tyson. My bad. I
No,
wanted to.
you good, absolutely. But you and Street TV showing the evidence really did help my decision or help me in my thoughts because I still stand. I feel like the evidence that was displayed was just it was insufficient. If we go back to Kelsey's November case, she lied all up and through it, not only because she admitted to lying, but just if you listen to what Sean Kelly said, even though his story was all over the place, her story did not mention anything that he said, and he was an unbiased witness. Also, I wanted to point out that she continued to lie when she said that she was unaware that that was Tory calling her phone from the jail. But when you played the evidence call, the first thing he said was his name, and she answered. So that couldn't have been the truth either. So I just feel like it's so many inconsistencies and so many lies, and I'm sure on all parts that I feel like he deserves what is it? Whatever it is that an appeal. Yeah, I feel like he deserves that because the evidence was just all over the place, and it just really shows the unjust that the system is really willing to put on men. And people keep pointing out that Tory's very violent and this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, so was Megan. She literally was arrested for beating up and placing and pointing a gun at her past boyfriend. And when he spoke about it, she called him and got him to take it down. So it's like we're not going to sit up here and say, "Oh, okay, well, Tori's so violent." So is she. She has a very large history of being violent and a drunk. So we really can't sit up here and place blame on, "Oh, well, he's more this than her, and more that." They both played a part in the bull crap, and it's sad the way that it went out. It really is.
Okay, so I wanted to let you get it all out. Um,
Mhm.
there were several people who had inconsistencies. Kelsey definitely is a person
For sure.
who had most definitely had inconsistencies, and we talked about those here on the channel. When I was in the courtroom, the jury selection, when the judge addressed the jury and he gave them jury instructions, he basically told them to go off of the evidence. Okay. He said in his specific jury instruction, and it stood out so much to me because I'm like, dang, all these people is lying. Who do they believe? Which part? Which part?
Mm-hmm.
One of his specific jury instructions was if you deem a person to say something's true and something's not true, you take away the stuff that you feel like is absolutely not true and you don't even acknowledge it. If you find that a person said a significant amount of things that were not true, you throw out their whole testimony and you don't consider it in your judgment. And he wanted them to focus on the actual evidence that they had in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and before they went into the jury selection, Kathy Ta, who was the prosecutor, she did an amazing job. The guy, Alexander Bott, I think his name is, I don't think he did that well, to be honest. I was like, he accusing the people of stuff that he done did. I'm like, I don't even like that. But and when the defense went up, I'm like, okay, the defense, he really poking holes. So I'm like, dang, which way is it gonna go? Well, before it was all said and done, Kathy Ta, she summed everything up and she made what the actual evidence was very clear. So she went over the jail phone call. She didn't go over like, oh, this person lied about this or this person lied about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, put bullet points on the screen. She put evidence on the screen. She put, these are the facts. This is an excerpt of this call. This is what was said here. What you don't hear is this. 3 people had GSR tested. Kelsey, Tory, and Quan.
Mm-hmm.
Quan didn't have GSR on him. She said Tory from his profile, then they showing all of and they're making it very visual. You know, when the defense attorney, Tory's lawyer, he didn't like put up exhibits while he was talking. He didn't put up corroborating things to like
counteract what she was saying.
You know what I'm saying? But when Kathy Ta, when she closed it out, she made it very visual. This is the evidence. 5 minutes from the shooting happening, Kelsey texts Justin, Tory shot Meg. She's like, unless she's a sociopath and she's already trying to, I highly doubt she's trying to, this criminal mastermind, and she's trying to, this and that. And then she talked about, they played, the gunshots, and they went through the evidence, and they went through the jail phone call, and they did like this PowerPoint where there was ticks off of the thing, and it was like
I saw that. I saw it.
Yeah, so it was like, who had GSR, who this that,
But
like,
can we stop at that point right there,
and
where
so
she had that
very
thing
visual on, if you go off of the evidence, what it was, and that's basically I believe what they went off of. I don't think they went off of
true indeed
that person lied. I think they went off of, there was a tweet from Tory Lanez profile that said Kelsey didn't shoot. Kelsey and Tory are the only people that had GSR on them.
But that right there alone would have raised reasonable doubt.
How does that, if you're going off of the evidence, the other person who has GSR on them says the other person didn't shoot. That person also 5 minutes from the shooting said this person did it. If you go off of the evidence and you don't pay attention to all of the outside stuff, that's how I feel like they came closer to a conviction. A big focus was the jail phone call, the expert that testified that it could not just be like an accidental trigger, like this had to be 8.5 pounds of pressure. They showed us all of the things that the jury was deliberating about. Sean Kelly's testimony, the jail call, the what else was it? The expert, the gun expert. They asked for Megan's testimony, but then they was like, nah, we don't need her testimony. And then I believe they went off of Kelsey. If I'm not mistaken, I have to
No,
look at my
her September one.
they went off of Kelsey's September thing. So those are the things that they went off of the evidence and not the fluff of the inconsistencies. They were instructed to go off of the evidence. So I believe that's how they came up with it. But yeah, I'll let you give a final word and then
Well, my other question, I know that everybody has been commenting on the video of the sounds of the gunshots. Were you able to listen to it and hear the man's voice during the pause?
no, I did not.
And so you didn't hear it. Have you tried or you just did not listen?
I don't hear no man saying anything in those. No, I did not. I'm not trying like if there was anybody saying anything, I feel like that was the job of his
Of
defense.
course.
I'm not about to stress my ears out to try to hear a decibel value. No, I don't. So I didn't hear that. That was if
Okay.
it was that was his defense's job to
Of course.
point that out. But yeah,
Okay.
no, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Tyson. Jeremy.
Hey, I just wanted to first and foremost say that I really do appreciate how you've covered this trial unbiased. Even though, even in the beginning, I think you didn't even believe Megan, but after you saw the evidence, you really looked at things objectively and saw things for what they really were. I really don't understand, I guess, how people are still trying to stretch, bend things to make Tory seem like this victim. And they're also pulling things from Megan's past when she was like 17 or 18 years old versus, as these people are, 25, 26, 27, shooting people. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm not really understanding like the gunshots. It was no pause long enough for it to be a struggle over the gun. This man said, he believed that the first shot could have came from a woman, but they were all so close together. It was a kerfuffle of different. It was dark. He couldn't necessarily tell. He just saw a muzzle flash closer to the girl, but he literally said he saw Tory shoot or pow something 4 to 5 times. And then on top of that, the messages, the phone call when he says, I know Megan will never speak to me again after this. If you blasted Megan about cheating on her, about cheating on her best friend with her, why would she not talk to you again? Why are you like talking to the best friend who you cheated on with Megan about how she won't forgive you? It doesn't make sense. And nor does anything that he apologized for seem to be something, from the past. It seemed that it happened that night, not things that happened in the past. I was so crazy. I don't even remember what happened. If you don't
That's
remember
not
what,
something that you're gonna be vague about. Like if you said something wrong and that's why they fell out, you would say like, "Oh damn, I didn't mean to say that. Like I shouldn't have said that." Like you know what I'm saying? He didn't say, and it didn't
exactly.
sound like it was something about something that was said.
Exactly. And a lot of things I'm realizing is that people who are Tory fans, they don't come on to people's channels or they don't come on the line to actually try to listen or have an exchange to where, they're understanding things that are happening. They just listen to just respond to things. Like, and they always do that, like why are you breaking stuff down? Because they don't care about it. They just want to point out anything to prove this man's innocence. And I'm saying if Kelsey got beat up by a man who like powed a gun, she's gonna have gun residue on her. Let's ask the most important question. When the gun expert had said that, a person who shot a gun 4 to 5 times would have more gun residue on him, and then he followed up and said, well, who do you think had more gun residue on them? And the gun expert was about to answer. But then he took that question back. If the person who shot it would have more gun residue on them, why would you not want that question answered if Tory's innocent and it was really Kelsey who was out here making Meg, crawl and limp after being shot? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's just like, despite how I feel about anybody, I'm not, it's not in me to lie about anything. regardless of how I feel about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a type of person who, like, I'm not gonna get up here and lie to make myself look better. I'm not gonna lie to make, even if I don't like you, if this is how it happened, this is how it happened.
Yes, and I think it's quite strange to me
And it's not that I
how
necessarily like her. I just don't like her ways. But yeah.
and I'm saying like that's understandable, but I'm saying even if that's the case, if I'm like in my early 20s and I'm going through the journey of life, my father passed away, my mom just passed away suddenly, my grandma passed away. I don't have anybody in my life like that. I still need to grow. I'm going to make mistakes, learn from things. That's how we operate as human beings. We didn't know how many, if we could have a magnifying glass on all the mistakes that we made in our early 20s, we all would be looking like Megan.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, I don't understand why people are giving Megan like this spiel, like grieving and making negative choices from that is not a thing. The woman was definitely going through some things, which is why we saw her use alcohol so heavily at the time. But I don't want to take up any more time. I really do appreciate you doing what you're doing, because it's way too many people out here just trying to dogpile on this Black woman, and I have an issue with it. So, like, yeah, I appreciate that.
Go ahead and shout out your channel. I feel like you are doing amazing on over there. Let people know where they can find your coverage as well.
Oh, I didn't even know you knew this was me, child.
I'll catch on.
My name is Jeremy. My name is Jeremy Speaks TV. Thank y'all. I guess y'all can catch me over there. That's not really why I came on though, but thank you anyway. I appreciate it. But thank you so much, Nique, for covering this and really being unbiased and justice for Meg, and continue to be justice for Meg. Okay, I'm out. Peace.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. All right, so that's that. We'll end it there. Thank y'all for coming on. Yeah, this lit a spark in me to do more than just wait for social media to post like info about stuff. I'm like, I like to be in the courtroom and hear it for myself. So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm never going to be a shock jock YouTuber. That's just not me. I'm not about to go and try to intentionally dig up something scandalous and try to be like a shock jock person. That's never going to be me. If something happened, I'm going to speak about what happened, and if it go like that, it's gonna go like that. And I'm gonna continue to cover things how I've been covering things. I'm going to continue to elevate my platform. I appreciate everybody who has reached out to me behind the scenes, in my DM, in person, different, like, so many people that I from elementary school, child, in my DMs congratulated me on things. So it's like, I appreciate everybody who has been riding for me on social media. I appreciate y'all so much. It does not go unnoticed, and I want to definitely shine light on that more than anything, because all the rest of the stuff is noise. It's ignorant noise. Okay, it's ignorant noise that, child. Anyways, we got a lot of big stuff coming for 2023. There's different organizations that reached out to me since this, and I'm like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. So we elevating, we moving and grooving, we going and growing, and it is all because of y'all. And I know all of y'all probably ain't even night owls, but this is to the actual night owls. Okay. It is night owls first. So child, that's that on that. Thank you very much. I'm like, it's a lot going on. I'm like, do I get messy and get on here and be like, I know this about this person and this person, I got evidence about this, and it's like, child, no, I don't need to be dirty like other people. I don't need to do it. I'm gonna just come to y'all with what's relevant to me. Okay, and let other people do whatever they got to do to make themselves feel any type of way. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, thank y'all. We out. Okay. Thank you, Denise, for the super chat. Peace out, y'all. Oh, and if you guys donate via Cash App, make sure and verify that it's my actual Cash App and not a fake Cash App, because people are trying to duplicate my Cash App and trying to get the Cash App as close to mine as possible. If y'all send any Cash Apps, make sure that it's Nique At Nite 12. Nothing extra, nothing less. Make sure it's spelled out correctly and it's to me, and that's that. Okay? On that note, peace out.